Did you know that in 1997, something fascinating happened during the infamous Heaven's Gate mass suicide? The members of this cult believed that the arrival of the Hale-Bopp comet was a signal for them to shed their earthly bodies and ascend to a higher plane of existence. The group's leader, Marshall Applewhite, convinced his followers that their extreme beliefs were shared by a wider consensus. This tragic event highlights the false consensus bias at play, where individuals overestimate the extent to which their beliefs or preferences are shared by others. False consensus bias is a cognitive bias where people tend to assume that their thoughts, opinions, and values are more common or widely held than they actually are. In this video, we'll explore two influential studies on false consensus bias, examine several real-world examples, and provide guidance on how to spot it and avoid falling victim to it. Hey Rational Rebels! Welcome to the arena of reason, the very place we train our minds to spot cognitive pitfalls. This is Chris from Critical Conditioning, where we strive for cognitive precision and free our minds from that mental prison. In today's episode, we delve into the false consensus bias, a cognitive phenomenon that profoundly shapes our perceptions of others' thoughts and behaviors. Before we dive deeper, I urge your support. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated. Your contributions fuel our mission. Think of someone who needs to grasp this bias and share this episode. Let's embark on this journey together. First, let's discuss two groundbreaking studies on false consensus bias. In 1977, psychologists Lee Ross, David Green, and Pamela House conducted a study at Stanford University to investigate this bias. Participants were asked to read about a conflict scenario and then predict how others would respond to the same situation. The results showed that participants consistently overestimated the number of people who would share their response, demonstrating the presence of false consensus bias. Another influential study was conducted in 1980 by psychologist Andrew S. Roper. Participants in this study were asked to rate their own attitudes toward various controversial issues and then estimate the percentage of people who would share their viewpoint. The results indicated that participants consistently overestimated the extent to which others shared their opinions, further supporting the existence of false consensus bias. Now, let's examine some well-known examples of false consensus bias in action. 1. Politics. People often assume that their political beliefs are shared by a majority of the population, which can lead to surprise when election results don't align with their expectations. 2. Fashion. Individuals may believe that their fashion preferences are more popular than they actually are, leading to trends that only appeal to a niche audience. 3. Food preferences. People may overestimate the popularity of their favorite foods or dietary choices, assuming that others share their preferences. 4. Workplace culture. Employees might believe that their opinions about company policies or management styles are shared by their colleagues, even if they're not. 5. Social media. Users may assume that their friends and followers on social media share their opinions and interests, leading to an echo chamber effect. 6. Religion. Adherents of a particular faith may overestimate the number of people who share their religious beliefs, leading to misconceptions about the prevalence of their faith. 7. Environmental attitudes. People may think that their views on environmental issues, such as climate change or recycling, are more widely shared than they actually are. To spot false consensus bias and avoid falling victim to it, you should first be aware of its existence. Recognize that your beliefs, opinions, and preferences may not be as common as you think. This awareness can help you approach situations with a more open mind and avoid making assumptions about others' perspectives. Additionally, practice empathy in active listening. By understanding and considering the viewpoints of others, you'll be less likely to fall into the trap of false consensus bias. Be open to engaging in conversations with people who have different opinions and seek to understand their perspective. Moreover, diversify your sources of information. Expose yourself to different viewpoints and opinions by engaging with various media sources, social groups, and online forums. This can help you gain a more accurate understanding of the range of opinions and beliefs that exist. Lastly, question your assumptions. When you find yourself assuming that others share your opinions, challenge this assumption and look for evidence to support or refute it. By following these guidelines, you'll be better equipped to spot false consensus bias and avoid falling victim to it. Remember that being aware of your own biases and actively seeking diverse perspectives is key to developing a more accurate understanding of the world around you. In summary, False consensus bias is a pervasive cognitive bias that can significantly impact our perception of the world and our interactions with others. From the tragic Heaven's Gate mass suicide to influential psychological studies and numerous real-world examples, it's clear that this bias has far-reaching consequences. By understanding how false consensus bias works, learning to spot it, and adopting strategies to avoid falling victim to it, you can cultivate a more open-minded and accurate understanding of others' perspectives. As you go about your daily life, always keep in mind the potential for false consensus bias to influence your thoughts and actions. By being vigilant and proactive in questioning your assumptions about the prevalence of your beliefs, opinions, and preferences, you can foster better communication, make more informed decisions, and ultimately contribute to a more understanding and harmonious society. So, rational rebels, what do you think about this bias? Do you know a story or have an experience of yourself or someone you know who fell for this bias? Let me know and share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, please like and subscribe if you found this video helpful or want to help the channel grow. Hit the bell to not miss anything and share the video to spread awareness or send it to someone who could benefit from this episode. Please consider making a donation via the PayPal link in the description. Your support means the world to me and helps create more critical thinkers in this world. Keep your mind sharp, subscribe to become a rational rebel, until the next time we meet in the arena of reason. This is Chris from Critical Conditioning, signing off.